Welcome, everyone. Today's video is not about becoming smarter than others. It is about becoming smarter than who you were yesterday. In a world full of noise, opinions, and endless distractions, real intelligence is becoming rare. Everyone is talking. Everyone is reacting. Everyone is rushing. Very few people are thinking. And that is exactly why learning how to become smart and intelligent is one of the most important skills you can develop in your life. Many people believe that intelligence is something you are born with. They think smart people are naturally gifted, naturally confident, naturally better. But that belief is wrong. Intelligence is not a gift, it is a habit. It is a way of thinking, observing, and responding to the world. And like any habit, it can be built, trained, and improved over time. As if you have ever felt slow to understand things, struggled to express your thoughts clearly, or felt like others always seem one step ahead of you, this video is for you. Not because you are weak, but because no one ever taught you how to think properly. Schools teach information, but they rarely teach thinking. Society teaches competition, but not clarity. And social media teaches reaction, not reflection. Being smart does not mean knowing everything. It means knowing how to learn. Being intelligent does not mean speaking a lot. It means understanding deeply. Truly smart people are not loud. They are calm. They are not in a hurry to prove themselves. They are more interested in understanding than impressing, and that mindset alone separates them from the crowd. Let us first clear the confusion between being smart and being intelligent. As many people use these words as if they mean the same thing, but there is a subtle difference. Being smart often refers to quick thinking. It is the ability to answer fast, react fast, and solve problems on the spot. Intelligence, on the other hand, is deeper. It is the ability to think long-term, to see patterns, to control emotions, and to make wise decisions even under pressure. A person can be smart in exams, but unintelligent in life. They may score high marks, but fail in relationships, career choices, or emotional control. Intelligence is not about speed alone. It is about direction. It is about choosing the right problem, not just solving any problem quickly. One of the biggest myths about intelligence is IQ. Many people think a high IQ guarantees success. But real life does not work like that. Life rewards clarity, patience, its emotional control, and adaptability. And these qualities are not fixed at birth. They are built through experience, reflection, and conscious effort. Smart and intelligent people think differently because they pause before they act. When something happens, they do not immediately react. They take a moment to observe their thoughts and emotions. That pause gives them power. Most people lose control because they react emotionally. Intelligent people stay calm and respond thoughtfully. They ask better questions. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of saying, "This is unfair," they think, "How can I use this situation to grow?" This shift in thinking may seem small, but over time it completely changes a person's life. Another important trait of intelligent people is that they listen more than they speak. They understand that every person and every situation has something to teach them. While others are busy proving how smart they are, intelligent people are quietly collecting information, understanding perspectives, and refining their thinking. They are not afraid of silence. Silence gives them time to think. In conversations, they choose their words carefully. They do not speak just to fill space. When they speak, their words carry weight because they are backed by thought, not emotion. Becoming smart and intelligent also requires emotional discipline. Intelligence is not just in the brain. It is also in how you manage your emotions. When anger controls you, intelligence disappears. When ego leads you, clarity is lost. As intelligent people learn to separate feelings from decisions. They feel emotions, but they do not allow emotions to control their actions. This is why many intelligent people appear calm, even in stressful situations. They understand that panic never solves problems. Clear thinking does. They train their minds to slow down when life speeds up, and that ability gives them an advantage in almost every area of life. Another key aspect of intelligence is self-awareness. Smart people regularly reflect on their thoughts, actions, and mistakes. They do not run from failure. They study it. They ask themselves what went wrong, what they could do better, and how they can improve next time. This habit alone makes them wiser with time. Many people repeat the same mistakes for years because they never reflect. But intelligent people grow faster because they learn from every experience, even painful ones, especially painful ones. Becoming smart and intelligent is not about changing who you are overnight. It is about small daily improvements in how you think, react, and decide. It is about replacing impulsive reactions with thoughtful responses. It is about choosing clarity over chaos. And the good news is this: intelligence is not reserved for a few special people. It is available to anyone willing to slow down, observe, and learn. The moment you decide to think before reacting, to listen before speaking, and to learn before judging, you begin your journey toward true intelligence. This is just the beginning. In the next part, we will go deeper into the daily habits, mental practices, and simple routines that gradually train your brain to think smarter and act wiser in real life. To become smart and intelligent, you must first understand how your mind is shaped every single day. Most people think intelligence comes from big moments, big decisions, or big achievements. But in reality, intelligence is built quietly through small daily habits that slowly rewire the brain. What you watch, what you listen to, how you react, and how you spend your time all decide how sharp or dull your thinking becomes over time. One of the biggest reasons people struggle to think clearly is constant mental noise. Phones, notifications, endless videos, opinions, and comparisons keep the mind busy, but empty. When the mind is always distracted, it never gets the chance to think deeply. Intelligent people protect their attention. That they are very careful about what they allow into their minds because they know that focus is the foundation of intelligence. If you want to become smarter, you must learn how to sit with your thoughts without running away from them. Many people are afraid of silence because silence forces them to think. But thinking is where growth begins. Intelligent people spend time alone with their thoughts. They reflect on their day, their decisions, and their reactions. This habit strengthens clarity and self-awareness. Reading is another powerful tool, but not in the way most people do it. Intelligent people do not read just to finish books or collect information. They read slowly. They think about what they read. They connect ideas to real life. Even a few pages read with full attention are more valuable than many pages read without understanding. A reading trains the brain to focus, analyze, and imagine. These are core skills of intelligence. Writing is equally important. When you write your thoughts down, you are forced to organize your thinking. Many people think they understand something until they try to explain it. Writing exposes confusion and sharpens clarity. Intelligent people often write journals, notes, or reflections. They use writing as a tool to understand themselves better. Another powerful habit of intelligent people is learning from mistakes without self-hate. Most people either ignore their mistakes or blame themselves harshly. Neither helps growth. Intelligent people treat mistakes as information. They ask what went wrong, why it happened, and what they can change next time. This approach turns failure into education instead of discouragement. As emotional control plays a massive role in intelligence. A person may have great knowledge, but if emotions control their behavior, their intelligence is limited. Intelligent people feel emotions deeply, but they do not let emotions decide their actions. They pause, observe their feelings, and choose their response. This skill takes practice, but it separates mature thinkers from impulsive ones. Communication is another area where intelligence shows clearly. Intelligent people do not try to sound smart. They try to be understood. They use simple words, clear ideas, and calm tone. They listen carefully and respond thoughtfully. They know that communication is not about winning arguments, but about exchanging understanding. Curiosity is also a key trait of intelligent minds. Intelligent people are not afraid to say, I don't know. They ask questions, they explore ideas, they remain students of life. This openness keeps their minds flexible and growing, while rigid minds slowly stop learning. Daily routines also shape intelligence more than motivation ever will. Intelligent people build simple routines that support thinking. They sleep properly, eat with awareness, move their bodies, and give their minds rest. A tired brain cannot think clearly. Taking care of physical health is not separate from intelligence. It supports it. Another important shift is learning to delay reaction. Not every message needs an instant reply. Not every opinion needs a response. Intelligent people choose where to spend their energy. They understand that silence can be more powerful than words. This selective response keeps their mind calm and focused. Over time, these habits slowly transform how a person thinks. Decisions become clearer. Reactions become calmer. Conversations become deeper. Life feels less chaotic and more intentional. This is how intelligence quietly builds itself day by day without noise or attention. In the next part, we will go even deeper into mental discipline, thinking patterns, and the specific behaviors that stop people from becoming intelligent, and how to break free from them. To truly become smart and intelligent, it is essential to understand the role of habits in shaping your mind. Every action repeated daily either strengthens your intelligence or weakens it. Small choices, like how you spend your time, who you interact with, and what you consume mentally, have compounding effects over months and years. As some intelligent people treat every small habit as a building block. They know that greatness is rarely sudden. It is accumulated quietly through consistent, thoughtful actions. One habit that separates intelligent minds from average minds is deliberate learning. They do not wait for school, teachers, or life circumstances to make them smart. Instead, they actively seek knowledge, experiment with ideas, and practice new skills. Even small steps, like reading one insightful article a day, writing a reflection, or observing people carefully, add up over time to create significant growth in thinking ability and awareness. Intelligent people are also careful about what they believe. In a world filled with misinformation, gossip, and instant opinions, choosing what to accept as truth is crucial. They question sources, compare ideas, and analyze critically before forming beliefs. This habit of questioning strengthens judgment and prevents the mind from being misled or influenced by unverified information. Another crucial aspect is focus. Most people jump from one thought to another, one distraction to another, without ever finishing a single deep task. Intelligent people guard their focus as if it is the most valuable currency. They work on one problem at a time, complete tasks fully, and reflect before moving on. This ability to concentrate deeply is what allows them to understand complex ideas and solve difficult problems more effectively than others. Time management is closely linked to intelligence. Smart and intelligent people do not waste time on unnecessary things. They understand that attention is finite, and every wasted hour is a lost opportunity for growth. As they prioritize, plan, and follow routines that maximize productive learning, reflection, and action. This does not mean they overwork themselves, but that they use their time intentionally and wisely. Listening is another often overlooked skill that builds intelligence. While many people listen to respond, intelligent people listen to understand. They observe not only the words, but also the emotions, intentions, and context behind the words. This deeper listening enhances empathy, awareness, and insight, which are all crucial elements of practical intelligence. Intelligent minds also embrace challenges. They do not avoid problems because they are difficult or uncomfortable. Instead, they see challenges as opportunities to stretch their thinking. Each problem solved adds to their mental strength, experience, and confidence. Over time, as they become not just knowledgeable but adaptable, capable of handling uncertainty and complexity with ease, Self-control is an essential pillar of intelligence. Impulsive actions, emotional reactions, and instant gratification may feel good temporarily, but weaken long-term thinking. Intelligent people practice patience, delay gratification, and carefully consider consequences before acting. This ability to regulate impulses allows them to make decisions that serve long-term goals rather than short-term desires. Curiosity fuels intelligence continuously. Smart people never stop asking questions. They wonder why things work, how ideas connect, and what possibilities exist beyond the obvious. This curiosity is not superficial. It is disciplined and directed. It turns everyday experiences into lessons, observations into insights, and ordinary knowledge into wisdom. Another trait of intelligent minds is humility. They do not assume they know everything. They are open to learning from anyone, anytime. They recognize that mistakes, failures, and feedback are opportunities to grow. Unlike those who let pride blind them, intelligent people use humility as a tool for self-improvement and mental growth. Finally, intelligence grows when knowledge meets action. Thinking alone is not enough. Observing, analyzing, and planning must be followed by doing. Intelligent people act thoughtfully, learn from the outcomes, adjust, and act again. This cycle of reflection and action transforms potential intelligence into real, practical intelligence that shapes life outcomes positively. In the next part, we will explore specific mental exercises, daily routines, and thinking strategies that accelerate intelligence faster than conventional methods. We will break down the habits and techniques used by some of the smartest people in the world and make them practical for anyone willing to apply them. To accelerate your intelligence, you must practice thinking deliberately every day. Most people let thoughts drift without control, reacting to whatever comes to mind or whatever life throws at them. Intelligent people, however, treat thinking as a skill that needs training. They set aside time to analyze ideas, plan strategies, and solve problems in a structured way. This habit strengthens reasoning, decision-making, and problem-solving, which are the core components of practical intelligence. Visualization is another powerful tool. Smart people often imagine outcomes, mentally simulate scenarios, and explore possibilities in their minds before taking action. This mental rehearsal allows them to foresee challenges, prepare solutions, and act confidently. Visualization strengthens creativity, foresight, and clarity of thought, all of which contribute to a sharper and faster mind. Reading critically is also key. Intelligent people do not just read for entertainment or surface knowledge. They read with questions in mind. They challenge ideas, compare them with their own experiences, and evaluate their validity. This analytical reading builds discernment and helps separate facts from opinions. Over time, it sharpens judgment and cultivates wisdom rather than just accumulating information. Another habit of intelligent minds is reflection. At the end of each day, they pause and review their actions, decisions, and thoughts. As they ask themselves, what did I learn? What could I have done better? What patterns do I notice? Reflection creates awareness, which is the foundation of growth. It prevents repeating mistakes, enhances memory, and improves decision-making, all of which increase intelligence steadily. Collaboration also plays a role in building intelligence. Intelligent people learn from discussions, debates, and working with others who think differently. They expose themselves to diverse perspectives, challenge their own assumptions, and integrate new insights into their understanding. By learning from others, they expand their mental horizon far beyond what solitary study could achieve. Memory is a skill that can be trained and strengthened. Smart people do not just passively remember facts. They actively link information, create mental associations, and revisit ideas repeatedly. Techniques like visualization, storytelling, and spaced repetition make memory more reliable and flexible. A strong memory allows the mind to connect ideas quickly, solve problems efficiently, and think creatively. Problem-solving exercises are another daily habit. Intelligent people look for challenges not only in work or school, but in daily life. They analyze situations, identify root causes, and brainstorm multiple solutions. Over time, this constant practice strengthens their ability to think logically, creatively, and strategically. Each problem solved becomes a step toward sharper intelligence. Decision-making is also a skill that grows with practice. Smart people weigh evidence, consider consequences, and examine alternatives before acting, as they avoid impulsive choices and instead focus on long-term impact. This deliberate approach reduces mistakes and strengthens confidence in judgment. Over time, making informed decisions becomes instinctive and quick. Curiosity must be paired with discipline. It is not enough to wonder about ideas or ask questions. Smart people pursue answers, experiment, and apply knowledge. They explore beyond comfort zones, test theories in real life, and constantly refine their understanding. This combination of curiosity and disciplined action is what turns potential intelligence into measurable, practical intelligence. Maintaining mental health is equally important. A stressed, anxious, or exhausted mind cannot function at its peak. Intelligent people prioritize sleep, exercise, nutrition, and mental relaxation. Meditation, deep breathing, and mindfulness practices help calm the mind, enhance focus, and improve cognitive function. A healthy brain is the foundation on which intelligence can grow consistently. Emotional intelligence strengthens overall intelligence. Understanding your own emotions and the emotions of others improves decision-making, problem-solving, and relationship management. Intelligent people recognize emotional triggers, manage reactions, and communicate effectively. Emotional awareness enhances adaptability, leadership, and learning capacity. Another secret of intelligent minds is patience. Growth in thinking cannot be rushed. Most people expect instant results and get frustrated easily. Intelligent people understand that mastering ideas, building skills, and making thoughtful decisions take time. They practice patience daily, which allows them to approach learning and problem-solving calmly and effectively. Finally, consistency is the ultimate driver of intelligence. Sporadic efforts yield limited results. Daily practice of reading, writing, reflection, problem-solving, and mindful thinking compounds over months and years. Every consistent action strengthens neural pathways, builds habits of deep thinking, and transforms ordinary intelligence into extraordinary mental capability. In the next and final part, we will combine all these habits into a structured daily system. We will show exactly how to organize your day, train your mind, and practice intelligence so that it becomes automatic, practical, and life-changing. This final part will ensure that all the previous lessons come together into a complete blueprint for becoming smart and intelligent. But to truly become smart and intelligent, it is not enough to just know the habits, principles, and strategies. Knowledge alone does not create intelligence. What matters is applying these consistently in a structured system that guides your mind every day. The final step is building a daily routine that integrates learning, reflection, mental exercises, focus, and deliberate action. This system transforms scattered efforts into measurable, compounding growth, allowing intelligence to develop naturally over time. Start your day intentionally. The first hour after waking up is critical because your mind is fresh and receptive. Use this time for reading, reflection, or mental exercises. Reading something challenging or thought-provoking stimulates neural pathways and prepares your brain for complex thinking throughout the day. Avoid jumping into social media, messages, or trivial distractions because they scatter focus and reduce mental energy for the rest of the day. Instead, focus on content that expands your understanding, sharpens your reasoning, and inspires curiosity. Next, engage in deliberate practice. This means dedicating time to a skill or subject you want to master. Whether it is learning a new language, improving problem-solving skills, studying science, or analyzing human behavior. Approach it with intention. Break it into manageable segments, set clear objectives, and review your progress at the end of each session. Deliberate practice is the bridge between knowledge and intelligence because it turns passive learning into active understanding. Throughout the day, apply critical thinking in everyday situations. Observe your surroundings. Analyze conversations and question assumptions. Whenever you face a problem, pause and think through multiple solutions rather than reacting impulsively. This habit strengthens reasoning and teaches your mind to approach challenges with clarity. It also trains patience, decision-making, and adaptability, which are all hallmarks of intelligent people. Reflection is crucial in the afternoon or evening. Take time to review your actions, thoughts, and decisions from the day. Ask yourself, what did I learn? What could I have done differently? Where did I notice patterns in my thinking? What choices aligned with my long-term growth and which ones didn't? Reflection creates metacognition, the ability to think about your own thinking, which is one of the most powerful tools for developing intelligence. It ensures that every action success. And failure becomes a lesson that compounds over time. Exercise and physical activity are not just for the body, they directly impact brain performance. Physical movement increases blood flow, improves oxygenation, and reduces stress hormones, all of which enhance cognitive function. Even short sessions of walking, stretching, or strength training stimulate creativity, problem solving, and mental clarity. Intelligent people understand that a healthy body supports a healthy and agile mind. Emotional management throughout the day is equally important. Be aware of your emotions, practice control, and avoid letting temporary feelings dictate actions. Emotional stability allows you to focus on tasks, think logically under pressure, and interact intelligently with others. Meditation, journaling, or mindfulness breaks during the day strengthen this skill, making your mind more resilient, adaptable, and insightful. Curiosity should guide your interactions and learning. Ask questions constantly. Why does this happen? How does it connect to other ideas? What would happen if I tried a different approach? Turn every conversation, observation, and experience into a learning opportunity. This mindset ensures that intelligence grows continuously and that knowledge is always applied and internalized. Consistency is the final, most important pillar of this system. Intelligence grows through small, repeated actions over time. Following a structured routine day after day, reflecting consistently, practicing skills deliberately, and applying knowledge in real-life situations creates compounding growth. Over months and years, these daily habits transform your mind into one capable of deep understanding, sharp problem-solving, and strategic thinking. What seemed impossible at first gradually becomes effortless. Before ending each day, review failures and successes alike. Failure is not a setback, it is feedback. Analyze what went wrong, what could have been done better, and how it prepares you for the next challenge. Similarly, celebrate small victories and lessons learned, reinforcing confidence and motivation. This daily cycle of action, reflection, and learning ensures that intelligence is not theoretical but practical, lived, and growing constantly. In summary, becoming smart and intelligent is not about shortcuts or innate talent. It is about building the right habits, practicing consistently, reflecting deliberately, managing emotions, and nurturing curiosity and applying knowledge every day. By following this daily system, your mind grows stronger, sharper, and more capable with every passing day. You transform not just your understanding of the world, but your ability to think, decide, create, and solve problems at a level few achieve. Intelligence becomes a natural outcome, a lifestyle, and a lifelong skill that shapes every aspect of your life. Your journey begins today. Commit to daily learning, reflection, practice, and curiosity. Apply these strategies consistently. Embrace challenges, analyze failures, and celebrate growth. By living intentionally, using your mind with purpose, and structuring your days effectively, you will not only become smarter, but transform your life entirely. Every day, every thought, every action counts. Your intelligence is built one step at a time, and with consistent effort, the life you imagine becomes inevitable.